Congratulations, you made it through the course. This is a summary. So even though you made it through the course, watch this video, complete this unit, because we're going to do a brief summary and we're going to connect things for you as a visible here behind you. This is what I want you to do. One of the things that Wattles has talked about and brought up almost in every chapter is that it's about mastery. It's about mastering the principles. You see, with his homework assignments, all his homework assignments were simple. It was reread this chapter, read this book, read it over and over and over again. Why does he want you to do that? Because he knows repetition is what takes you to mastery. It's repetition, doing something over and over and over again, that creates better habit. So that's the only way we can do this. That's the only way you can master these 8 principles, is reading this book over and over and over again. Because it's not about, don't mistake mastery for perfection. I mean, lots of times we mistake, well, Chad, you're talking about, if I become a master, then I'm a perfectionist. And I don't agree with that. No, you're using 2 different words in the same context that mean 2 totally different things. Mastery doesn't mean perfection. Mastery doesn't mean you're not going to make mistakes. Mastery doesn't mean you're not going to meet failure. But when you do, see, when mastery comes in, when you do, how do you handle that situation? See, that's where mastery comes in with these 8 principles. You see, no matter how good you are, no matter, it could be a guru of personal development that's been around 30, 40 years. It could be Anthony Robbins himself. And Anthony Robbins has even stated that he has bad days, he has crappy days, he has failures, he has bad things that happen to him. His mind goes in a gutter here and there. He has negative thoughts. But see, as you master these principles, he's not staying in that negative state. He's getting out of that state. And the only way you can get out of that state quickly is 1, being aware, and 2, mastering these 8 principles. It's not about perfection. It's about mastery. Because once you catch yourself, once you're aware, then and only then you can switch your state right away. Makes sense? When I have a negative thought, I might start down that road a little bit. Then I catch myself and I switch it. And I start doing affirmations. I start thinking about, what do I want? See, that's what Wallace is always telling you. Stop thinking negative and think about what you want constantly, what your goal is constantly. And the summary here in The Science of Getting Rich, it's very brief. It's about 2.5 pages. Unfortunately, I'm going to read the 2.5 pages because his summary is what he included and he was building upon in every single chapter. Now, I think it's powerful. I'm going to read it to you. Print this summary out and reread it over and over and over until it's in your thoughts, until it's a habit. Chapter 17, a summary of the science of getting rich. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates and penetrates and fills the inner spaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces a thing that is imagined by the thought. You can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon a formless substance, you can cause a thing that you think about to be created. The power of your thoughts. In order to do this, you must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. Otherwise, you cannot be in harmony with the formless intelligence, which is an always creative and never competitive in spirit. You see, when we talked about the competitive mind, what does that really mean? It really means when people are competitive, it really means they think deep down there's a lack of abundance. Someone's going to beat them to what they want, which in turns means lack of abundance again. You can come into full harmony with a formless substance by entertaining a lively and sincere sense of gratitude for the blessings it bestows upon you. Gratitude unifies your mind with a thinking mind so that your thoughts are received by a formless substance. You can remain on the creative plane only by uniting yourself with, listen, only by uniting yourself with the formless intelligence through a deep and continuous feeling of gratitude. It's being grateful, saying thankful, being grateful for everything in your life. Being grateful for your thoughts and your imagination, what you want, your goals, your dreams, your desires, thanking that they're coming to pass. You must form a clear and definite mental picture or image of the things you wish to have, do, or become. And you must hold this mental image in your thoughts while, listen to this, he blends in gratitude again, while being deeply grateful to the supreme power for granting you all of your desires. If you wish to get rich, you must spend your leisure hours in contemplating your vision and in earnest thanksgiving that this reality is being given to you. Too much stress cannot be laid upon the importance of frequent contemplation of your mental image. Listen, I'll say it one more time. Too much stress cannot be laid upon the importance of frequent contemplation of your mental image. He's talking about your dreams, your goals, your desires. Think about it all the time, as much as you possibly can. Coupled with unwavering faith, faith means belief again, unwavering belief, it's going to become true, and devout gratitude. This is the process by which the impression is given to the formless substance and the creative forces are set in motion. The creative energy works through the established channels of natural growth and through present industrial and social order. All that is included in your mental image will surely be brought to you when you follow my instructions and when your faith, when your belief does not waver. What you want will come to you through the ways of established trade or commerce. You must be active in order to receive your own when it is ready to come to you. He's talking about action. Take action. You must more than fill your present place. You must keep in mind the purpose is to get rich through the realization of your mental image. You must do every day all that can be done that day, taking care to do each act in a successful manner. You must give to every person a use value in excess of the cash value you receive, so that each transaction makes more life. And you must hold the advancing thought so that the impression of increase will be communicated to all with who come in contact with you. It means this: everybody comes in contact with you when they leave, when they go away, they go home, they feel better about themselves. You're not bringing them down, you're bringing them up. The men and women who practice the foregoing instructions will certainly get rich. And the riches they receive will be in exact proportion to the definiteness of their vision, the fixity of their purpose, and the steadiness of their faith and belief, and the depth of their gratitude. I'll read this last paragraph one more time, because it sums up everything. Listen, and listen very closely. The men and women who practice the foregoing instructions will certainly get rich. And the riches they receive will be in the exact proportion to the definiteness of their vision, the fixity of their purpose, the steadiness of their faith, belief, and the depth of their gratitude. Print this out and read this every morning. And even with this course, you're at the season finale. You're at the finale of this course. And it's not over at this point. It's not a concept of, that was a great book. That was a great course. You go over it over and over and over again, like Wattles tells you. It's about reading. It's not about reading this book one time. It's reading it over and over and over and applying the 8 principles to your life. Now at this point, let's go to the whiteboard, because I love this little section here. So stay with me. And we're going to wrap this up fairly quickly. With me. I'd like to give you a visual of what's going on with these 8 principles. Now we know principle 1 is thought. It's thought power. We have to understand, no matter if we're wherever or not, it's our thoughts, positive or negative, is what's giving or manifesting into our life. Principle 2 was abundance. The key I want you to walk away with principle 2 is most people think there's a lack of abundance. See, you have to get in your thoughts and you have to get in your belief that abundance is for all. Abundance is not limited. Abundance in nature is not limited. Abundance is for all. Principle 3, give more than what's expected. Here, give more than what's expected applies to everything. It's not just a product you sell. It's in your personal life. You see, product you sell, what this means is you give more to the person that you take from them in cash value. See, we always heard that by Wallace and what he means by this, when someone pays you for a product, you give them more service. You go above and beyond than what they paid you. If you're just helping people out, spending time with people, same thing. Give more than what's expected. See, we're getting a huge bad habit as a society that we just give just enough. We go to work at a day job, and what do? We just do barely enough just not to get fired, just not to get written up by our boss. We're not going above and beyond. So principle number 3, give more than what's expected in all areas of your life. Principle 4 is gratitude. See, gratitude is another weakness by many. Because why? Because we're constantly complaining. We're constantly stating what we dislike, what we don't like. We don't like this person or that person. She did this and she did that. He did this, he did that. Now listen, observe people and your notice that's what they're doing. Most of the time when they're talking, they're whining and complaining about something external to them. But see, what we have to realize is gratitude, when we're complaining, it's really a lack of gratitude. That's what's really going on. When you're saying what you don't like, it's a lack of gratitude. Start being thankful for everything in your life, everything coming to you. Be thankful for your goals, dreams, passions, and desires. That's what Wallace was saying when he's mixing gratitude in there. Be thankful that it hasn't even manifested to you, because that's really what faith and belief is really about. It's being grateful and it hasn't even manifested in your life yet, but you know it's coming to you. 5, imagination. This is another one. I mean, if you have kids right now, you know what I'm talking about is true. You go to your 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and their imagination is going wild. I mean, you sit down, you play with them, and they have a huge imagination. But what happens when you go to adulthood? We start losing it. Or we have an imagination, but we're using it in the opposite direction. We're using it that hinders our goals, dreams, and passions in our life rather than help them. Get your imagination going again. Sit down, contemplate, think about your dreams, your goals, your desires, and passions in your life, and mentally image for example, if you have a dream house, in your imagination, think of what your dream house looks like. See yourself walking through your dream house. See yourself staying overnight in your dream house. What every room is going to look like, having parties there. See, that's your imagination. And you keep on replaying that over and over and over until it manifests into your life. That's imagination. Number 6 is willpower. The basics of willpower, what I want you to walk away with, is when Wallace was explaining willpower, you have to have willpower to keep your thought life thinking positive. And what's that? What's the positivity? You're always thinking about what you want, your passions, your dreams, your goals, and your life. It's willpower. It's the power of your will that doesn't drift you off into a negative thought pattern. It's your power of your will to constantly keep you thinking and manifesting your dreams, your goals, your desires in your life. It's willpower. Principle number 7, effective action. Effective action goes along with our thoughts. As we're thinking positive, as we're thinking about our goals, our dreams, our desires, take action. Take action now. When you have that intuitive thought, when you have that gut feeling to do something, do it. Don't hesitate. Take action. Principle number 8, and the last and final one, is the impression of increase. The impression of increase is simple. What I want you to walk away with, the impression of increase, we brought it up in the very beginning of this summary. in your job, in your career, as a product, in your personal life. Anybody you come in contact with, they should walk away feeling better that they talked to you, that they came in contact with you. They shouldn't walk away feeling worse. You should uplift them. That's the basics to the impression of increase. Now, let's get to the fun part. What we have to understand, some of these principles connect, and he connected them to each other. For example, he connected thought and action to each other. Remember we did that? I mean, thought only takes you so far, but to actually receive your goal, your dreams, your desires in life, you have to take action. So basically what's happening, as here's your goal, but here's your goal here, and here's you. So you have to go this far to achieve your goal. But see, your thought life is moving you closer. But what he is saying is you have to take action to start moving even closer. So the two meet each other. That's really what he's talking about. Then he's even connecting even more. He's even connecting, let me get another color here. He's even connecting your thought to what? Gratitude. No matter what you want, your goal, your dreams, your desires, no matter what lifestyle you want, be grateful for it. Say thanks for it. What you have right now, be thankful for it. Say thanks for it. Then when he talked about willpower, what did he say with willpower? Willpower, he blended what? He blended right back up to your thoughts. Because it's your power of your will that keep you succeeding forward, keep you moving forward. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy road because you don't want to think negative. It's your power of your will to stay on course. And I'm not going to keep on going through this, but what I really want to point out with these 8 principles, see, these 8 principles are about mastery. It's not about picking and choosing. See, what we want to do and what we have as a bad habit, we want to pick and choose what we like and dislike. Make sense? You know, this isn't picking and choosing a food. It's not like, oh, I don't like pizza. Let's go out for this food. See, that's what people do. They pick and choose. What's happening here, even in this whole membership, the Power of Wealth membership, it's about the whole piece of the pie. Focusing on all the pieces of the pie. Mastering all the pieces of the pie is how you're going to get exactly what you want. See, once we start picking and choosing, things crumble. Once we start picking and choosing, you're not getting results. Because that's exactly what you're doing. You're picking and choosing. Look at your results. Look at where you are. And I'm not saying you don't like your life, but what are your results? What do you want to achieve? You can't pick and choose. See, the reason why we can't pick and choose with this little graph, they connect to each other. Makes sense? In every chapter, when he got really into the principles, he was connecting them. But see, I want to even take it a step further. It's not connecting one to the other and you can start picking and choosing what you like or don't like. What we have to understand is that all of these principles are intertwined between each other. They all work off of each other. If you take one out, well, all the rest of them are weak. All the rest of them just kind of crumble because they all come off of each other. Make sense? They all weave in and out. They all weave in and out of each other. See, they all go here. And they don't go in a stepping stone like I'm playing here. They all weave in and out of each other. They're all connected to each other. So you need to master all of them to really succeed and get what you want. And mastery only comes with what? Mastery only comes with repetition. And let me give you one more visual here. Let's say we are picking and choosing. And these are all of our 8 principles here. See what happens when we pick and choose? This is how people go through it. We think, okay, thought, I can get the thought. I can get the positive, negative thing. I can see what he's saying. I can see what Chad's talking about. I can see what Wattles is talking about in the science of getting rich. I kind of understand it. Then you go down to part 2, and he's talking about abundance. And abundance you kind of shaky with because you're really thinking from a what? You're really thinking of a competitive mind. So you've been brought up your whole life to think abundance is limited. you just don't believe it. So you think, you know what? No, I don't believe that. So what do? You start picking and choosing. So you erase it. And let me leave up, for example, let me leave up this. I don't want to erase number 2. Then you go down and you think, give more than expected. And you think, okay, that makes sense, especially in a business side of things, give more than what expected, because I like the same thing. When I go to a store, if I go stay somewhere in a hotel, I like to have the staff give more than expected, go above and beyond. So you leave that one. Then you come down to gratitude and you're thinking, he's going a little bit too far with the gratitude thing. I get to be grateful, but sometimes bad things happen. I'm not grateful. So I don't know. So you erase gratitude. Imagination, you think right away, that's for kids. I'm an adult. I'm 50 years old. Come on now. And you erase imagination. And you go down to willpower. You think, oh, I get willpower. You have the power of will. You have to stay with it, even in exercise. If you want to be in shape, you got to go to the gym. You have to have the willpower to go to the gym. So I get it. Let's keep it. You go down to effective action. You say the same thing. That makes sense. I have to take action. You just have to do it. Stop waiting around. Then you come down to impression of increase. And the impression of increase you kind of get. You're like, okay, I can understand this principle. I like the same thing. I like to be able to, go somewhere. If I'm around somebody, I like walking away and they've uplifted me or I feel better. So, I'll keep that one. But what has happened? You see, what's happening is we're taking out, pieces of the pie. Even though we only removed, in this example, we only removed 3 principles, but they all work off of each other. So when we start taking them off, all these principles that we're doing are weak. They're weaker. And eventually, they're so weak, you're not getting results. Eventually, all of them crumble and we throw in a towel because it's not working. Because even with Wallace, what he said, he's always in every chapter start combining how they're working off of each other. See, this is what we have to understand in health. See, health with all of our body systems, when you look at our cardiovascular system, our digestive system, our circulatory system, our lymphatic system, our nervous system, all these systems work the same exact way. They all work off of each other. They all work intertwined with each other. When one is weak, all the rest of them are weak. See, in health, this is the issue in health. We want to spread apart everything. We want to separate everything like they work on their own. And it doesn't exist. Everything works together when we talk about health. Same way the principles of success. All these principles work together. They're all intertwined with each other. You start taking out the missing ones. You start picking and choosing. You start taking these out. Well, what happens? Same with what happens in our body. Our systems get weak. And in our body and health, what happens when our systems get weak? Disease and cancer starts. You see, in wealth, in areas of our life, we're not getting disease and cancer, but what is the disease and cancer? The disease and cancer, when this kind of crumbles and falls, is we're not achieving our dreams, desires, and goals in life. We're not achieving what we're passionate about. That's the disease. That's the cancer. This right here is going after the cure. The Power Wealth membership is going after the cure. Just like Wallace has stated. It's not about talking about poverty, reminding people about poverty, looking at poverty images like most charities do, constantly remind us about poverty. He's like, don't concern yourself with poverty. Erase your thought in every aspect. Think about the cure. And the cure is to get rich. The cure is to put wealthy concepts in the mind of the poor. So when closing out this course and this chapter, stay with it. Do not give up. Do not throw in a towel. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not success overnight. As Wattles put it, it's about mastery. The only way you get mastery status with these 8 principles, again, it's about reading these principles over and over and over again. The best way we can do this is formulate a study routine every single day. No matter if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, no matter if it's 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, but get on a routine. Don't think all or nothing mentality. This all or nothing mentality is a wrong way to think. Well, I'm only going to start studying when I have 30 minutes a day to do it. If I can't sit down for 30 minutes, well, my golly, I'm not going to do it. No, that's a bad habit again. Where are your results? If you have 5 minutes, do 5 minutes. And you'll be surprised how 5 minutes turns into 10, 10 turns into 15. You start making more time for it because you start seeing, you start reaping the benefits of it. Congratulations, you finished the course, and I will see you in the next course.